All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to Kappa Season 4 Group Stages, game number 2 of a best of 2 between Execration and Team High Ground. I'm Android, joined once again by the lovely Trent Pax. What's up, boy?
I'm good to go here. Get ourselves game number 2. I'm looking for a perhaps more back and forth game. That one, I guess it was a little bit early and into like the 20-minute mark, but then it kind of felt like they were just out of control. They had like one last chance, and then once they had that first Aegis on high ground, it got stolen. Felt like it was kind of over there. So the
I like the Rubik.
game goes on. Oh, thank God, it's gone. Ember, no more,
No more Ember Spirit.
please.
Aww.
Good. Mix it up a little bit here. Get ourselves a DDZ Tinker instead.
That is scarier.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of focus onto DDZ after they, realize what a powerhouse he can be. I like the Monkey King ban. I think it's just standard from now on until Ice Frog decides that hero is garbage and nerfs him into the ground. And yeah, that's where we're at right now. So, bans coming out for high ground. I mean, they've still, again, got to make sure they take out the standards. Sure, Tinker isn't available because SEA Tinker is just so good. It's not really seen in a whole lot of other regions, but once you pull it out here, it is game winning.
Yeah, we had I think one earlier today. I want to say we either had one earlier or it got banned late. Pretty sure we had a Tinker game. Oh yeah, we definitely did. It was an easy win for Warriors Gaming. Second game, 30 minutes, and
Hey, it's my boy.
yeah, he was ignored all day today. So finally, I'd like almost forgotten about the poor soul. But we were saying earlier, like, oh, what happened to Magnus? Why isn't he being first phase? But what was happening earlier was most of our offlaners were being picked up super early, and I guess that just happened last game too, right? Because we had Nyx and Legion Commander in the first phase. So they sealed away here. Don't want to give it to a team with Juggernaut into the second phase. Not that Lifestealer's that much worse with it, but I think Jug synergizes a little bit more. So they'll have themselves an empowered Nyx.
What? Oh, Nyx. I thought you said Nyx, and I was like, that's not.
No.
Silencer pick up for high ground. Wow, okay. So we were talking about how we don't really shake up the hero pool that much. Hello.
Yeah, finally everyone's back there. Everyone's okay. They're like, oh hey, Baboka, he played really well in this Ricky. You guys want to pick Ricky? We had one earlier too. The wonders of what you can do just by winning a couple games in Tier 1 Dota. So
Whose profile is just the player card of Baboka 3 times? It was one of these teams.
oh, was it actually? I
Yeah,
didn't see.
it was so funny.
Well, there you go. We oh, it was JXJX, which is James.
All right, so James
there you
clearly
go.
has some respect for Baboka and his Ricky.
So yeah, and they're gonna have it with the Lifestealer. I mean, this was a classic pairing back either right before TI or post TI. I can't quite remember. I just remember DC playing it a lot in a lot of games back then, where we were having Nyx Lifestealer and of course Ricky Lifestealer. So Big Silence is disgusting with RP.
Oh, this is just such a really synergistic lineup. Not only is Ricky a beautiful vessel for Lifestealer, Magnus empowers Ricky, and then he farms like a freaking champion.
Smart pick though. Hurricane
Yeah.
Pike hero and counters Puck, which I think would have been one of the best mids to take, because Ricky's really good with Empower and Lifestealer is really good with Empower. So you don't necessarily have to get a mid that has it. And I think Puck actually could have been kind of decent. But then again, the Silencer is pretty annoying, as well as Jug being able to like spin and deal with all of your magic damage. So I just really like Puck. But not going to be an option here with the TA already picked up.
I mean, you could pick it, but you'd be a little bit suicidal.
Yeah, you would hate your life.
Yeah.
There'll probably be something more standard. Probably someone who uses the Magnus then.
Void?
No, I think he's going mid though.
Oh, Dragon Knight is never played.
Dragon Knight. That would be fun.
I mean, they could. Oh, Lena's banned. I was gonna say they could just go in for Lena and just cheese it up.
Yeah, they could just PA. Potentially. Although it's just not for any good control. Though there's not many right clickers that offer too much control of the mid lane.
Storm?
Yeah, Storm's not terrible, but we'll have to see. They are assuming that this is a position like 4/5 silencer.
What about like a
That will be
Viper?
the 5.
Could you just like full cheese it up and Viper against a TA? Because I've played
I
TA
mean, you could,
against a
but
Viper, and you want to rip your face off. Your
yeah,
refraction does nothing.
I'm not sure how much it would help their lineup though.
What about
Poor
like
Viper.
a
He's pretty
Veno?
dead.
Mid
Veno
Veno.
also still fun, but
5 seconds
Hmm.
remaining.
I wouldn't mind a Darkseer, honestly. I think Mirana is actually okay here. If you wanted to go mid Mirana, you would have the leap away from the Tusk. It would make you very survivable because there is going to be some serious pressure on you mid. You probably need someone who's survivable. I don't think you could get away with shockwaving with a Magnus mid. I think we're still looking for our mid here.
Yeah. I want to say something with damage over time, whether it's Dragonite with its little dragon form or Viper, Veno. I think they gotta burn that TA's refraction and just make her have a miserable time.
Yeah, it is true. It is kind of weak, but you also don't want to get too hung up on it. But you're right. Like Alk would have been a nice hero to do that. It is a little bit of a tough spot. Everyone's kind of banned out who's our typical like damage over time mid heroes, at least in terms of like the current meta. We've still seen teams go back for Tinker at this point because he'd have the March, but again, he doesn't offer control and he doesn't synergize that well with the Magnus, so it would be kind of awkward. He'd have a lot of pressure coming from the Tusk and the TA. So even with him left in the pool, I wouldn't feel very confident doing that. Timber, again, same issue. Man, it's really hard to find someone who synergizes with what they currently have and will fit the situation. So the High Ground have done a nice job drafting here.
Yeah, I definitely like their draft here. I just think Execration, if they nail this last pick, they've got potentially the synergy to carry it off. So let's see. I'm in favor of a Poison Boy. Is this going to be the return of our long-awaited mid Skywrath mage?
No.
Okay. I mean, just checking.
All right, troll, mid troll.
No.
Fuck. All right.
It's old hoo hoo ha ha.
Oh. I think they'll probably just try and play really aggressive, maybe then with the Ricky, and be the ones who are applying the tempo and the pressure in the mid lane. Make it so they're the ones that like have the edge, I guess. I don't know. It could be a little bit difficult here.
Yeah, I think it's just good insurance that if this does go a little bit late, it's not all on Lifestealer's back to carry it. Sniper will scale up nicely, and he can usually stay far enough from TA to just clip her down. If a snowball's coming at him, he can just get a chance to shrapnel before it hits and perhaps prolong his life. So I like the pick. I think it's safer than what we were suggesting. So good job, Execration.
I think it's a little bit risky.
It's
actually.
risky?
Yeah, I don't think it's very safe.
But
I
he
think
can stay
Mirana
so
would have
far
been
back.
safe.
10 seconds
Yeah, but you don't have any escape tool. You can't stay that far back. Think about the levels on a sniper. It takes you a long time to actually build up the attack range. Like, it's not that effective when you're actual laning stage and when this Tusk is going to be rolling on you.
That's fair.
I feel like your pucks or your Miranas are typically seen in the scenario, but again, in terms of like synergy and what they need, they don't really fit.
Oh, I got you guys. Look at that. No HUD. Whew. Saved.
For the fancy intro.
Damn, that Nyx battle screen looks ridiculous. He looks like the guy from Alien. And by the guy from Alien, I mean the alien.
The alien. Yeah, I really thought that was really funny the way you said that. Looks like the guy from Alien. I was like, he does? And I was like trying to picture like which guy. It's like, oh, like literally the alien.
All right, we're gonna fix our hotkeys here.
Tusk just made quite the maneuver here and snuck around this Ricky.
Almost there. Almost there. All right,
No.
we're good for now.
I can't tell if Tusk. Not sure if Tusk noticed that Ricky just walked past him. If he did, that would give away where the ward is. Oh, they pinged. Oh wait, that was Rubik. Damn it! I thought they'd know.
Yeah, Rubik's pinging it out. They see that the Juggernaut's there and scrambling around.
I think Tusk walked into the Ricky like just as his smoke was expiring anyway, so he got a little bit lucky there on the dire side. So I don't think they know that ward's there. But we'll have to see. Tusk's still holding on to his other one.
Yeah, he's playing it safe. I mean, let's talk a little more about this mid matchup. Sniper versus TA. Because, yeah, I always think of Sniper as, you know, when he already has his maxed out take aim and he's sitting back behind his tower shooting mid creeps. But for the first couple levels, if he gets 1 point and take aim and TA has 1 point or 1 or 2 points in side blades, TA can still clip him. Oh, lift up onto the Nyx Assassin. He is potentially in trouble here. Hasn't leveled up yet. Could go for that impale, try to turn around and get feisty, but looks like they're just going to let him off with a warning this time.
A bounty which my matriarch will prize.
So in terms of all the bounties, we do have a little bit of a favor going towards our dire side.
Well, Ricky's gonna show mid right away, and they have a sentry, but doesn't help you when he approaches from this angle, so he still gets a couple right clicks off.
Yep, he'll just be camping around, being annoying, so DDZ already having to potentially go back and tango up. She's still holding on to her level 2, and actually goes for the first level side blades. I have now seen TAs go for all 3 levels first. I've seen some start with refraction if they're having a difficult lane. I've seen some start with meld to get the most damage out of their strikes, and well, now we got side blades to make sure she can farm up as effectively as possible.
Yeah, the meld one was pretty funny when ogres were coming mid every game, so you had to take meld to like dodge ignite.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. But this is really good pressure, because Tusk can't do anything at level 1. He's not going to come mid. You need Snowball and Ice Shards to be effective, so this pretty much guarantees that Ricky's going to have the upper hand in terms of harass, and Easy just not enjoying his time here.
Yeah, there's that level 2 refraction. Just making sure that nothing too crazy is going to be going down. And oh, Chemo not going to be canceling that self. Sniper's going to take care of that. Anyway, down to our bottom lane. Let's look at the matchup here. It looks like once again, Lance, our Juggernaut, he was our lifestealer last game, but Jug is still free farming bottom lane. That's going to be a motif all throughout this series. And can you just let him free farm bottom lane?
It's kind of the same thing top, honestly. Even with the silencer here, it's not too big of a deal for a lifestealer.
Mid lane. Again, Chemo just going and being as annoying as possible, making sure DDZ is having a rough time here. And already forced back under tower. She only got herself 4 last hits, as opposed to our sniper's 9 and potentially 10. 10. So, things starting out with a little disparity here, but DDZ, I mean, as soon as Rampo, if he does start rotating into bottom or top lane to try to get kills, TA can come back very quickly. If her team wants to stack Ancients for her, that's another method back into this game. She's not going to be crippled completely by just a tough starting lane.
Yeah, she's definitely going to be needing some stacks, but we do have level 2 on Tusk, so it's time to show up. And they don't have Dust, so they're going to have to play it with a Sentry. It'll be a little bit difficult to actually have an impact on Camille here, as he's also lost his Sentry mid for the TA, but they'll get it this time.
Yeah. So now they've got Observer, they've got Sentry, they've got Control back over this lane, and it looks like DDZ is going to just at least attempt to stack Ancients, but oh, Chemo, you naughty boy. Blocking that stack.
Yeah, that's a good play from the rookie. Not quite as easy as it used to be, because you used to know like every single minute they would do it. Obviously, like Sven's and TAs, but now with the 2 minutes, it's easier to do, but it's not. I don't think quite as much on everyone's mind, you know, to like go out and block them, because
Yeah.
you're a little bit off the clock. But once it is on your mind, it's way easier to always achieve. So it's good.
Tuscan Silencer making their way downtown. Looking for a nice kill onto Rampo here. Just got to bait him in. Got to keep the Ricky up. And now Ricky's going to show himself. Do they jump in? Nope, they leave. All right, they're just going to leave TA alone. Meanwhile, Nyx Assassin going to be open wounds upon. Has that one impale, but has to time it so nicely. Tusk comes in and going to be zoning everyone back. They trap Lifestealer in the little ice shards, and now they're going to be turning on him. Lifestealer going to be pushed up into the air by the impale. He's got the Carapace rocking as well. Mighty Savior is going to be, unfortunately, the first blood. Meanwhile, DDZ does get picked mid as Chemo just goes and nips on her one too many times. The shrapnel as well, certainly helping things out.
Yeah, he's not getting any help, so the gank's top, certainly meaning they run into trouble. And at least in terms of the mid lane, so shrapnel's just owning you. They did get that damage over time. Makes DDZ's life very difficult. Not as effective in like the mid or the late game in terms of like some other damage over times. Can be a little bit harder in like the way fights go to make sure it's in the right spot. But in terms of laning stage, pretty good. Greedy, I would say, maybe from Mighty Savior to not have rage.
Yeah, I mean, he just...
Maybe I'm missing something with the interaction with Silencer, because I'm not a Silencer player, but if you're cursed, because it's like Heroes take damage, slowing. Anytime they cast a spell, the duration's increased. Well, you can cancel that out with Rage, because then it won't happen again.
Oh, let's
And
see
if you
if
get Last Worded, then you can just Rage and it goes away too. But
let's see if TA figures this one out. As our ancients don't stack again. Sucks. They don't have any
yeah,
dust.
then you come up and you place a sentry and there's nothing there, and you're just like, God damn it.
Yeah, you know Ricky's behind you. And he's going to continue to do that for a while. There's really no reason why he can't just keep being a pest. He's already got himself a kill under his belt. But
Good that he's tracking Tusk too.
yeah.
Really helping his mid. They might even be able to turn this.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
gonna
disaster.
a little bit early there, as he can snowball away if he needs to. They're gonna bring down the Magnus, and they've got the silencer in the area as well. As yeah, just a couple of glaives. There's not a whole lot of full commit yet. I mean, we are only 5.5 minutes into the game, but just a little bit of poking at each other. No one going YOLO. So low kills, but very calm, collected, trying to figure out the pace of the mid game. DDZ once again just going to get wrapped around on, but Refraction, now level 3, going to make things a little bit more difficult to get through.
Well, in terms of net worth, not having a good time though. So it's 700 gold, 800 gold behind our sniper. Well, in terms of our top leaders as well, in terms of his own juggernaut too. But again, that recovery very much stifled. Yeah, they did place down the sentry too.
Man, they are just
it's so
spending
annoying.
so much money on sentries this game.
Yeah, they're gonna have to like start focusing on the other stack or something, or I'm not sure. Not gonna be a good time. Ricky very obnoxious as always, but high ground, of course, they did take game number 1, and DDZ also had a rough start there.
Yeah.
See if he can pull off a little bit more of a miracle this time, though, as this will be a much harder one to come back from on a TA with no early stacks going for herself. MTR is mid, but only 5 1/4, so kind of an awkward rotation. Might work out.
Snowball coming through. And there they go. Sniper in some serious trouble. He's going to gobble up a fairy fire. They've now got dust on the Ricky as well, but here we go with Rubik in the mix. It's really difficult. They're all so low. They just need a little bit more damage into Rampo, but they can't find it. And there will be the assassinate onto the silencer. Rampo able to turn this around, preserve his own life, and take one in exchange. This is...
That was on Nyx. He should have Carapace when he came out of the silence. He could have stopped Rampo. I think that was just a mistake. Because there was a silence and a shrapnel stacked on top of each other, and if he walked into the silence and immediately hit the spike Carapace, he would have stopped Rampo in his tracks and gotten the right click off before they could activate the shrine.
Lift back up. Looks like Chemo will eventually go down, but DDZ doesn't have refraction. It trades her life for that. And now Mosin is going to be very, very low again. A second assassinate onto the silencer. Well, that's a twofer. Not really worth going onto the Ricky that deeply if it's going to cost you a silencer again and your TA.
400 gold. Man, yeah, not good. She has gained 200 gold in the past, like, 2.5 minutes. So, majorly struggling here for DDZ. Still... Oh, actually, no, that's not true. He has a stack now. That's good. All right, recovery. We're getting there. We'll have another chance at it in about 40 seconds. Someone's going to go and deal with that. We'll see if Ricky is one of them. In terms of enemies, maybe scouting it out, but... I see we have a hasted Nyx top. That's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, spin use bottom while Ricky's here. They might be able to turn this into a kill.
Yeah, just going in, getting some harass onto James. Lance doesn't have mana for the Omni Slash now after the Blade Fury, so has to play this one patiently, has to let him off with the warning, and now the wave is pushed up pretty uncomfortably far. Definitely not in that perfect equilibrium place, so Radiant got some work to do to redeem that. Meanwhile, up top, Nyx Assassin just skittering around, going in for the mana burn, but misses the impale. Oh gosh, they finally got him. What happened there?
Got him. Got the Ricky. Shows, dies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, some
So-
pressure now on this tower down bottom. Good work coming out there, but there's going to be a wrap in. Got themselves the Ricky back alive, and Magnus ready to play as well. He's got the RP, but he really needs someone to walk into his open jaws for that one without his blink or force.
Mid lane, possibility here onto the sniper.
Yeah.
Oh, gets the damage and the stun. Nice use of the slow to guarantee that.
But that's
But
really all
nothing.
they got. They left in the tank.
No meld yet. Still only level 7.5. Still no decent items. Doesn't even have treads. DDZ's going for a recovery Midas. Can't really blame
Recovery
him.
Midas on TA. That's harsh, man. I mean, I think it's the right choice. I think she'll definitely get a lot of use out of it, especially if this goes as late as last game did. But that's still not an ideal place for your mid TA to be at only 10 minutes in.
Yeah, and that kind of circles back to why we talk about like Viper and stuff, and those kind of heroes just being such in a bad spot right now. At least in the current way, it seems that we've gotten to a point where people have figured out enough about the map movements and the shrines that it's very difficult to punish objectives. Like, people are always ready to get there, and that means the game just drags longer and longer. It's very difficult to go high ground. There's like 5 shrines up here. I mean, remember when these first got introduced? No one even used them, you know? And now they just get non-stop used. Everyone's very well prepared for it. And the longer games go, the more value you get out of Midas, and less value you get out of your lane winners. So DDZ hoping that'll be the case for him.
Tower is under attack.
Man, I remember when shrines were first introduced and people were like losing their freaking minds.
And accidentally clicking them non-stop.
Oh, I still do that, but
Yeah, yeah.
oh god, the camera.
Has fallen.
She's out of control. My arrow key got stuck, my down button, so it was just mildly panning down. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, I feel like MTR is having a really lovely time here on this next assassin. He just comes back top to kill the wave. It is just because Winner G is getting some space here, so looking forward to watching this guy on Rubik. I remember him making some big plays back in the day, so see if he can do it again here. He's definitely being given the opportunity in a game like this. It was very difficult last game for him to make plays on that Disruptor. Just didn't really have the option with how DDZ itemized and the game he was given. So this time, much better choice. Some decent spells to steal. He's got to be looking out for that Omni Slash, and he has to try and play around Mosin. Speaking of which, that's pretty much James' top priority, right? Trying to find that silencer.
Oh man. Lance, immediate reaction there with the Blade Fury. Very fast fingers for him. Just goes right into the healing wards. They won't find that kill, but look at that. MTR just gets the fodder of the Magnus. Yeah, he's going to get pinged out for that. They know he doesn't have his Vendetta. He potentially could die for this, but that really isn't
Fire recipe? Yeah.
Yeah. That's not even the
Attaboy.
worst case scenario. Just getting that Magnus solo, getting that solo chunk of XP. Really felt good.
Yeah. And,
Oh, top lane. Silencer going for the TP out. One more snap of the fingers. Oh! Got him at the last possible moment. The TP
see the little corpse floating down on the ground over here.
Yeah, dude, the TP completion sound like happened. I thought he was out.
Yeah, his dead body was in the base, so sad life. Happens though.
Oh.
DDZ. DD'd.
DDZ, he knows something up.
DDZ.
They know something's up. Oh, they just don't have the vision.
No, they do. They have dust, but there you go. He's got him.
Yeah. Finally, man. I thought he was going to get away. That would have been tragic. With so much committed, but nice chase down. Finally, the annoying little brat gets put in his place for once. God, I hate playing against a Ricky that just follows you.
Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't too sad when he left the general meta. Not gonna lie.
And I mean, with that, DDZ just crawling right back into things in terms of net worth. She's hanging in. Gonna be 4th on the chart. Got a little Radiant sandwich going on as Juggernaut leading our pack. He's doing really well for himself. Already almost at that full Manta style.
Man, I forgot smokescreen used to slow your turn rate. That was the most obnoxious thing ever. Anything that, because there's like nothing left now that besides sticky napalm. So there's other things I'm not thinking of. Oh, doesn't like Walrus kick, or is it punch?
I honestly
Something
don't
does.
know. Well, either way, up top,
Anyway,
we got the dust. Nyx Assassin, your Vendetta can't save you now, so nice quick pick by these guys, just going in, rotating, and snapping up what they're looking for. So Mighty Savior getting a lot of space here on our Nyx. He's going in for that first item, Deso, after the armlet. I like this choice. Pretty standard as far as lifestealers go, but it's going to make their tower push so much more incredible.
Stone Gaze. I knew there was something else.
Ah.
Yeah, it's only the 2 spells that affect it now. Interesting.
I can't say I'm sad about that. I think as little stuff impacting turn rate as possible is great.
That's a Suns fan answer right there. He's all about that Han, like 0 turn rate, basically.
Well, no, I mean, if you have like a 0 turn rate, then you're talking about League of Legends. Like, I think a turn rate is great, but some of them are just a little bit stupid. The fact that that could be modified by attacks is...
You don't like playing Jakiro the bus? That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm driving like a transfer truck or something.
Nah, you play the Quap where you're ankles deep in molasses trying to turn.
Yeah, that's also true. Well, get ourselves an objective. Things, well, they were looking a little better for Execration this game, but they're catching up here on the side of high ground. They're starting to bring it back closer and closer to their direction. TA, I mean, she's only 900 gold behind at this point, which you would have expected, like, yes, at one point that was the number differential, but that's supposed to scale a little bit better.
Okay, Ricky is going to get dropped, immediately hops into his ult, and the rest of the team is there. There is going to be an RP threatened up on the Magnus. It's going to be canceled as the global silence comes through, and, well, Magnus going to be dropping down, eats up an Omni Slash, goes in, gets the RP, and now Lance going to be running for his life as Mighty Savior comes in. Beautiful play there from the Magnus. That was just about as flawlessly played as you could get. Now, unfortunately, there will be the trade for the Rubik. DDZ running for his life here has the meld, and we'll just pop into it here. Not taking shrapnel damage. He's at that safe place between the two falling grounds. Next Assassin moving forward. They want to get that slow onto Rampo. Next Assassin now has a haste rune. This is scary. All of a sudden, Rampo not looking too great, will get dropped, and that's a 5 streak ended. Next Assassin scoring up almost 450 gold.
Like Rampo didn't look at his hero or something. That haste rune spawned right next to him, and he just walks past it. I don't know. It's like maybe he was microing the courier or something, or trying to buy out. But nice pick for them. Very important to the Radiant, and that's probably going to even things out. Yeah, in fact, it's starting to tilt their direction on the overall net worth graph.
Look at that
start getting later. You know.
Oh, whew, that just jumped.
The further fights are split apart. I think the more they're going to favor the Radiant just because of the global silence. Such a strong tool. So obnoxious when you're playing this Lifestealer. And that's why Silencer, I think, has just come back into to favor so much too, right? Because you're playing against these Juggernauts and these Lifestealers. Two heroes that really, I mean, Jug's a little bit better because he buys Manta, but even in the early game, it's hard to get off your Omni Slash, and your Spin is your main defensive tool. You're silenced. Lifestealer doesn't even build Manta. He just hates his life against Silencer.
Yeah, he's still going to be top of our net worth chart, though, so Lifestealer still doing good things. He's flying in some goodies for himself. It is going to be the final Mithril Hammer, so we have a full Desolator. Is this Execration's go time? Can they just, like, smoke up and start plowing down towers, or they have to be...
I think definitely going to smoke once RP's up.
Yeah.
So James is a little bit low. Will they shrine for this, or... Like, can I get a hand here, guys? Guys, can I use the shrine, please?
I mean, you
he
saw
needs, like, team
how
permission
well
here or something.
You saw how well James survived that last fight on like 8% HP, so I think he's just gonna be denied shrine for now. Clearly, he can manage.
Yeah, they're not even gonna bother smoking either, just because they've all stone on the wave and everything. So might as well just try and take this tower. They know there's no significant pressure top; it's only a tusk, so they can take this and probably defend in time. Unless, well, now they're gonna see Lance run out of the tree and they'll be like, ah, that's a Manta style.
Lifestealer having enough of this patient waiting game, just wants to go in and rip up the tower, and we'll be able to do so. Quick TP back from James means he's not going to miss out on any farm mid, so...
DDZ's going in with his DD. He sees this Magnus is low. He wants him to turn back for the camps.
DDZ, you got to calm down. Oh, got him.
That was
all right.
Cool, guys. Don't look at explosions.
That was
nice.
A nice debut with that blink, showing it off to the enemy team in style, and now he's got a Desolator queued up for his own very unsurprising TA build. Sometimes we see the Blightstone picked up before the blink, just as that, you know, value modifier, but honestly, anything TA does now is fine. She's caught herself back up after a really difficult lane.
That was nice. Camille just spotted that ward, was paying attention, saw the sniper put it down, or the silencer rather put it down, and the money. Yeah, as the TA trap goes down, and we know that it's time to start thinking about Roche. Deso is on the Lifestealer. This would be such a great way for them to steal it up before TA can get it.
Oh, man.
Really
Chemo underneath the sentry here. They're going to debut the global silence for that, but, well, kill nonetheless. Support Ricky. Was it worth a global as the Roche is under such high contest?
I think this ward wasn't giving them any vision, and they thought they were smoked up behind the rookie.
Oh.
So they, if that Magnus comes in and RPs your TA +1, you're in trouble.
Well, better safe than sorry there. So either way, Global going to be down now for 100 seconds, and is this now too risky for Execration to get into the pit?
Yeah, exactly. It's now go time for Execration. They're like, all right, let's go fight. They have no global. It's game time.
I cannot
wait. They just spotted them on that trap.
Yeah.
Invisibility.
Oh, they saw the invis room get picked up too.
So they got a lot of information, but it's all about what they can do with it. Right now, they still got their Tusk getting that free farm. He's got a TP in mid is where it's all going to be going down. Is James.
MTR is sneaking up back here.
Sure is.
Multifaceted fight going here.
Yeah, we got rotations all over the place here. MTR crawling up to the high ground, and now Infest Bomb comes out. They're just trying to get themselves into a good position here, trying to take that tier 1. Now, again, did Kivo not learn his lesson here? This is where he died previously under a ward. Now he's going to be going in. Wow, they are just all about this. Woo! Got a little jump over the cliff there as Refraction burned out. TA goes down. That was fun. You see Magnus just hop?
Yeah, I guess it must have been the impale, right?
It was. It was the impale as he was skewering, so he just did a little up and down.
That looked quite comical.
Indeed it did. I wanted him to taunt in the air, like do the little kick up of his feet.
Anyway. They're not going to head right into Roche, though, even with TA being dead. A little bit surprising. I guess they don't do it that fast without the Empower being like right there and available for Mighty Savior, but
yeah, I guess not. I think they want to play this one pretty safe, and now MTR going in, all looking for that solo kill onto Sniper, but might just need a little more help. They're rotating up the Juggernaut too, so there they go. Rampo going to be caught by the Impale, mana burned down as well, and that's what they needed. Shrapnel popped out, but it's just sadly in vain, as our poor Sniper is going to be in the well for 45 seconds.
Yep, nicely done there. And this might secure them, Roche. I don't think High Ground are going to wait nearly as long. I think they'll be very comfortable just grabbing this Mozoon. Oh no, Ricky, don't let him do it.
Oh god, there's no way he could have known, but it's so sad.
It is sad.
So they're still keeping some good vision up around the pit, able to deward a sentry there, just making sure that they won't get vision of Nick's assassin crawling around. And Roshan is melting down very quickly, but here's a hasted Ricky. Man, I want to see the end scoreboard, how much money was spent on sentries this game, because this is ridiculous. Oh, nice.
Man, stun.
Psionic Trap
Blink
into
Omni.
a double man impale. There is going to be the Ice Shards, but Skewer out. Magnus not going to get caught by that one. Chemo able to go and backstrike his team, so he's going to be sitting comfortably up on the high ground. This is no man's land. Lance trying to continue progress on the Roche, but with the Shrapnel vision, it's really just so dangerous right now, and it looks like the fight does have to break up. There's no decisive winner, but both
I think
teams
Rampo
just
saved that one with that. The Shrapnel in the pit must have canceled Jug's blink, because that two-man stun, that could have been a very scary Omni Slash.
Yeah. Chemo still walking around under sentry here. Looks like they are going to go try to impale into the pit. This is huge. The global silence, so there's no rage. Oh, they get a twofer. Very well done, and now they're looking for more here as Rubik going to get snapped up with a stolen Omni Slash. He's bouncing back and forth, but now in some very unfriendly territory. Unfortunately, Nyx will take the trade. There is going to be the RP popped out. Magnus just ready to unleash his damage, and oh man, counter Snowball coming back in. Silencer now showing his power as DDZ starts doing some serious damage. What a back and forth fight. In the end, it is going to be a 2 for 5, and finally, High Ground will get a chance to enter the Roche pit uncontested.
I feel like Execration just got too soft, basically. They lost the cooldown battle. They won it because they forced out that global, and they had the positioning, and they weren't willing to go in and commit to the Roche with just their Juggernaut, and or rather with just their Lifestealer, their Magnus, and their Sniper. And that being gone, High Ground came back. They had the global silence back up online. They took the good positioning around the Roche pit. They were ready for it. And yeah, RP came back, but he couldn't find himself a good RP at all. And that global silence, of course, again, annihilating this lifestealer. Just he has no one to help him.
Yeah, he's really carrying a tough burden for his team. He's really the only one that's going to be deep in these fights if Magnus has already spent his spells, because Sniper just wants to sit as far back as possible. Ricky knows there's going to be sentries on every square inch of the map now, so really dangerous. And again, Rubik was able to steal Omni Slash and do a fair amount of damage with it, but after that ends, you're now a squishy low health Rubik in between a lot of heroes, so that just doesn't pan out well.
Oh, Winter G. Maybe if he can actually get into an item other than Midas, he can get something going for his squad.
Damn, do you see that Nyx play up top?
I did not.
Ah, just a player. Goes in, impales Lifestealer, takes most of his farm, and then Midas is the one last creep and walks away.
Oh, I hear an infest. Or rather a vendetta, that is. Yeah. Now I hear an infest.
Now we also got an infest, so gonna be some invis on invis action. Gonna pass each other like two ships in the night, and unfortunately, no bloodshed right now.
Yeah, Sentry's a little bit late. They're trying to find him, but he's gone. Went the other direction.
One freaking, what's it called? Ancient Prowler Shaman doesn't leave the camp when you stack it. Ice Frog, can you fix that? Dyer just got screwed by that.
Oh, if it's the, yeah.
The guy with the pitchfork.
Well, it was like that with, it used to be like that with one of the Triceratops, and then I think they fixed
They
it.
fixed it because it was
still did it.
nonsense.
Yeah.
It's not a Triceratops, it's a Thunderhide. Let's get our
Triceratops.
mythical beasts correct, Trent.
True. It's more like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like a heptatop. It's got like 6 horns or something. Hexatop.
Hexatops, that's my favorite dinosaur. Alright, anyway. We have some item progression coming out. Lifestealer pretty close to his Assault Cuirass. Gonna be snapping that one up soon. Over on the Radiant side, we've got TA, who now has completely recovered from a cripple lane. She's top of the net worth chart. She's got all the farm she needs in the whole world, and still in Aegis for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, again, it's just another silence that Lifestealer is just like, are you serious? He gets Orchided, or Magnus too. They still have nothing. Yeah, the only thing she's kind of missing out on with her current build is the Hurricane Pike to help deal with the Ricky Smoke Cloud, but she hasn't got caught inside of it. DDZ's been very well positioned these fights, so wouldn't hurt to have one though.
Oh, here we go. Chemo's ult gonna end, and it looks like he will be tossed up into the air, and his corpse hits the ground. And there was a trade down bottom. We had our Lifestealer pushing out with our Magnus. They were able to secure a tier 2, but now with the threat of a tier 3 push, they've got to get back. So DDZ
Mozen's gonna be the nice guy and buy a 4 staff for everyone.
For everyone.
Well, whoever gets stuck, yeah, for everyone. Start dishing them out like moonshine.
As I was thinking, like party favors, like, you get a 4 staff and you get a 4 staff.
That's pretty much what it is, though. I mean, it's whoever's stuck inside Ricky's smoke cloud. Get out of there. James has a Shadow Blade now, so he can be better Ricky. The RP, Rainy Vision again. Great traps. They are just spawning everywhere they go. And with that Shadow Blade, they'll kind of know that he's making this sort of a play around here with Invis. They could even come up and camp with the Sentry if they wanted to. Try and make a play, but no one's going to TP. Like, this could theoretically just be a dead Magnus. I mean, they knew for sure he was going to do this.
Yeah, they're going in. Now, that's an RP dumped onto the Juggernaut, and they're just going to leave him be.
For the record, I was on Radiant Vision. They 100% saw a Shadow Blade Magnus coming here. I'm disappointed in you, High Ground. Come on, guys. That was pretty obvious.
You know, some lapse in judgment.
I mean, I called it from here. Come on, guys.
You did. You really did.
And I'm garbage. I know. They just, you know, sometimes you're not looking at the minimap. You miss a guy blinking over. It's cool. It happens. I forgive you. But, where do we go from here? Well, don't lose your jug. That really hurts. I mean, that's the power of Shadow Blade, though. Like, that ability to stop split pushing so much easier than with, like, blink RPs and stuff like that. And plus, then you have the blink after for, like, follow-up stuff. So, like, you RP him, and then you see someone else coming in. You, like, blink and skewer them back over to your Lifestealer, too. Then you got a 4 staff. Oh, the mobility.
All right, look at our Nyx Assassin shaking it up. Went for that first item Midas, got himself an early blink, and now he's almost done with the Yules. I like this choice. Not going to be the Aether Lens, not going to be the Ags, just wanted to keep as much control as possible.
Yeah, I like that. For items, more effective right now. now thinking about, oh, yo, is that the E-Blade?
For Nyx?
Really good against TA and Jug.
Yeah, boy. He's thinking about it. And
That's when you got to get that the 40 agility talent, right? Level 20. There you go. It's the value play. He does have his blink now, so could potentially see a smoke up from the dire side. Oh, I'm looking at Nick's wrong team. Lol.
I
really
did
good
that
against
too.
the,
I
the
thought
sniper
Nyx
and the
was
life stealer.
dire.
Yeah, now it's just my eyes were just going to the wrong side of the top screen, but it is still really good against Jug, guys. I mean, you know, Fins, the Omni Slashes, he's done.
Man, Infest coming in. It's like Lance knows something's up. He's going to be spitting, but little does he know he's in a Magnus sandwich. And they just start dumping damage on him from left and right. Now, Nyx Assassin did show himself here, but do they have enough catch to actually get up to him? Blink on cooldown. Another 3 seconds on the Rubik. Can he go?
Get
Can he be a man? Oh, they do. They get him. And it looks like they will be able to skewer him back. Carapace holding him back temporarily. And there's the Vendetta. The dust does connect, but now they just got to be able to get in on him. Yeah. They didn't have anything to cancel it. That is sure unfortunate. Meanwhile, a little bit of a push comes out from DDZ, able to shove the lane all the way back underneath that tier 3.
That's good, though. They're able to pick up the Jug, so he gets caught up again. Like, he's really getting stifled and slowed down here. He is 231 last hits, so he's like 20 ahead of the Lifestealer, but he's quite a ways behind. Quite a ways. 200 gold. What a deficit. But no, it's just like you typically expect
100 pennies, Trent.
That's amazing. Now you usually expect your Jug to just be like a little further ahead, right? Because he's got Manta Style, he's throwing it around the map, even with the Empower. It really shows just how much of an impact they're having with these. So well played by the dire side to keep him in check.
Nyx Assassin gonna keep some close trail onto Mighty Savior here. Just really, wow, getting on top of him. They are in close proximity. Templar Assassin coming in, and this should be a kill if they can force him out, keep him silenced up before the rage. Now there we go. Templar Assassin shows off her new Orchid, and that should be a kill there. DDZ gonna snap up another 400 gold for herself, and already flying herself in the completed Hurricane Pike. So really good progression on this TA. I am so surprised that DDZ bounced back as quickly as he did.
Yeah. Now he's like invulnerable to Camille. He's been having a very rough past like 10 minutes on this Ricky. Yeah, has not been able to progress at all. He's the poorest person on the map. He will not be getting a diffusal blade. Now this does come back to the fact that they gave some more space to the Rubik as great courier for hasted DDZ. They even saw him.
Yeah, Ricky was like following him completely, and no one thought to maybe micro the courier. But unfortunate, won't be the most costly mistake they've ever made. But tier 2 now under fire on the dire side. We'll see how they're going to respond to this, and it looks like they're just going to be using their Nyx to zone the Ricky. We got some invis on invis action. The difference is the Gem of True Sight now in the Nyx Assassin is going to be doing a World of Help. One more shot, and now DDZ back on a killing spree.
Yeah, this is the take over the entire map game. They know about the Shadow Blade, right? So probably best if we stick together, wait for the next Roche, take it. Speaking of which, shows up, have TA, know what's there right away.
Yeah, this is starting to look good for High Grounds in terms of overall net worth. It's, you know, etching up in their favor, still holding on to about a 4,000 lead, and after the Roche, that's going to bump up significantly, especially if they can turn that into actual tier 3 towers.
So how do we counter the 5-man here? We have the global silence to worry about, so we need to get in the back lines and find him. I think Camille is extremely expendable, but with no mobility, it's going to be very difficult for him to actually find silence. I don't know, just good luck, buddy.
Yeah, Ricky thinking about that transition into carry, has that diffusal blade queued up, but he's a poor boy. Bottom of the net worth chart, just like scraping the bottom there, 2,600 at 35 minutes.
They're a little bit spread now. The lanes, though, we go to Dire Vision. They're just kind of all cut in here. They have some nice wards up on the high ground, so they could have been like spotting out some of these smoke plays and stuff like that from the Radiant, but unfortunately none of them really organized from there.
DDZ just, I mean, he's really made himself at home in this whole area of the Dire jungle. He's taken this ancient pit more times than the Dire. And, yeah, just keeping his farm good.
I really like this line of traps. They've done so much for him. Like, they cut off these ramps from here, so you know they're coming this way, you know if they're coming this way, you know if they're cutting in from here. So it essentially tells you if anyone's in this whole box. And then that allows you, of course, to be very safe over here.
Got a big movement in. Looks like Dire gonna try to take out some traps. But here we go. We got the lift onto the Nyx assassin. Nyx is completely fine with that, and they're gonna try to turn things around. They get the impale, they get the mana burn, but Lifestealer comes in trying to munch. It looks like Lifestealer's gonna go ahead and TP out immediately. 2 heroes left from the fight, and it looks like our poor little Rubik left to his own devices. DDZ meanwhile able to lock down the Riki and take him out. So 2 heroes done, and High Grounds now get a chance to push out this top lane.
They're trying to find something, but Global Silence, good spell. So difficult for them to really find their place here. And now here we go, Aegis Dota.
Got some circles being drawn. Radiant trying to figure out what's the best way to close this out, because that's something we saw last game where, you know, it was pretty even for the first couple of minutes, and then High Ground pulled themselves a lead, but really had difficulty ending. And oh, Nyx goes in, is going to scout out this movement with his gem. This is going to be huge if they can actually get the kill. And they're going to dump some damage onto Mosin, who's going to get assassinated from the low ground. But still alive here. The shrapnel should be able to finish him off. It looks like he is thoroughly stuck. But they will be able to take a nice trade here. Silence doing a lot to keep him safe. Riki hopping in and out of his ult immediately. DDZ just tries to lay down the damage and will be able to do so. Now Rampo trying to do what he can with Shrapnel, trying to bounce around those Maelstrom procs as much as possible. But this Templar Assassin is just doing so much damage. And they got the slow on Chemo as well. They go in with the Omni Slash and 4 heroes are dead. TA is just showing no signs of slowing down. There's still an Aegis up for another 2 minutes. It's an ultra kill now for High Grounds, and they're going to go straight in for this top set of racks.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of ending games, TA is one of those mids that people still look towards as a very good tower hitter, right? I mean, she builds Deso, she has Refraction to sit on the high ground, and Juggernaut is like, he's like upper middle class when it comes to killing buildings. You know, he's not amazing, but he's pretty good, especially in terms of the current viable pool. So this draft, I do approve. Just get some good tower pressure. So does the Dire, honestly. I mean, Sniper's probably the best one right now, right? Sniper, Lina, Lone Druid. So, goodbye, Camille. Lovely knowing you once again, friend.
That hurt. So it looks like High Ground are going to be able to close this one out a little bit quicker than what we saw last game, as they're going in for Megas right now, and still with 10 seconds on the death timers of the carries. I don't think there's anything they can do about this. Global is back up. TA is just ready to go. She's got herself a full Demon Edge if she wants it. She is just... She's ready to get in there. And I mean, Lance maybe playing a dangerous game. Execration, they're not tapping out yet. They're holding on to some hope here. BKB from the Magnus. The Global Silence, though, coming out just in time as they are able to go lock this down. TA moving himself back into the fight. Mighty Savior gets Rage is wearing thin. Mosin does end up going down. There is going to be RP committed. They have TA locked down. She's going to try to meld strike her way to freedom, but they get her back down. Meanwhile, Juggernaut does respawn. Sniper going to be clipping away at him. He's going to try to TP out, and currently nothing that can break it. Oh, wow.
Oh, a little late.
A little late with the TP there after the Blade Fury.
Oh,
so.
he got assassinated anyway, so.
Yeah.
That was probably what it was. It must have just hit right before. It did look like it was really close to the end of the TV, but I think it was like assassinate hit just as the TV was about to go. And then, of course, that, you know, then he sticks around for the last of the spin, gets lifted, blah, blah, blah. So. Well, don't matter.
It's Megas, but they did get 4 heroes in exchange. I mean, the gold swing was pretty nice off of that. James getting, 800 gold for a Nyx, 1,200 gold for a Templar Assassin, 600 gold for a Juggernaut. I mean, he's rolling in it. Magnus is hella rich right now, but can he turn that into structures and potentially salvaging the game?
I don't know, Annie. That's a tough ask.
They
can probably hold, I think. Pretty sure. I don't know if they can win a Roche fight, though. And that's probably what this is going to come down to. If you have any hope, right? Like, can they... if they come back with Aegis, can you stop them from throning you? They didn't use any buyback, so I guess they could once. But, phew. Not gonna be easy.
Nyx Assassin trailing our Life Stealer. They do have that Tusk in the area, but do they have enough damage to get down on Nyx here? He's a tanky boy now with his Assault Cuirass and Manta. So they're playing this one safe. Where did our gems end up? Let's do a gem check. We still have one on Life Stealer, and Nyx lost his gem. That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's true. That's one of those things that happens when you do these wipes that you always kind of forget.
Nyx Assassin went in and ethereal bladed instead of getting the last right click that he needed, and will potentially die for that. Although, nope, that's just gonna be a carapace into death. So, with Juggernaut moving forward and Omni slashing the sniper without buyback,
Dude,
this may have just
baits.
sealed the deal.
The baits, Annie. It was all the long con.
Dire's middle tower is
And well, yeah, Juggernaut now getting a free chance to go and push on these towers. Still has his Manta style, and buybacks now starting to come out. This is where it gets tense here. Execration need to hold this perfectly, or it's all over. All the mega creeps starting to flow into the base, and well, they're going to be skewering one forward. Oh, they don't get the RP. The global silence comes in, and now here's the massacre going down. Magnus focused down to the back lines. TA getting feasted upon. The GG comes out as High Grounds look
The save.
phenomenally dominant out of this game. What a play. They saved TA. My goodness. I want to see how
Man.
many sentry wards were bought total this game.
That was style points for Silencer at the end, too. Like, waits till the end of the skewer before he throws out the silence. Let's see.
Wow. Kemil bought 21 sentry wards. And
Oh my god,
Mosin bought
22?
22. And there's
Wow.
5 on our Rubik. So lots of sentries, guys. Sentries win games, clearly.
Like 5k in sentries.
That's
Damn.
actually silly. But, wow. All right. Anyways, congratulations to High Ground for a 2-0 series over Execration. Looking really dominant, really synergistic. Of course, Execration, still a band of stand-ins, trying to figure out their new roster, what works best for them. So we'll give them a little more time to figure that out. But as far as C Kappa group stages go, High Ground are looking pretty solid. And that's going to do it for us today. But we have 3 more C Kappa series tomorrow, huh?
Woohoo!
Yay.
Yay.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us here at moonducktv. I'm Android, being joined by Trent. You can follow us on Twitter at Android with 2 E's or at TrentPax. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll play you out with some tunes.